Hey, it is day one of our official tour here in Israel, and I'm going to tell you all about the amazing things that we saw and did today on the Hollywood Conservative for the Rebel. All right, everybody, I have the goods from our first day of touring here in Israel. So we have been staying in Tel Aviv the last few nights. We are staying one more night here in Tel Aviv. And today was our first day of touring, and it was absolutely spectacular. And I can't believe that we have so much more amazing and historic things to see. But I want to fill you in on what we have done today. So we started, we embarked around, 9 a.m., started driving toward the West Bank, which is where we spent the day. You all have heard about the West Bank in the news, and that's part of the reason for a lot of the places that we are visiting. They wanted to show us the places that we hear about in the US and Canada and all over the world, these places of conflict that we hear about in the news all the time. They wanted us to see those firsthand. So we spent the day, West Bank, the northern region, you've got southern region, which is Samaria, and the northern region, which is Judea. Now, from what I understood from the people that we spoke to, it's PC to call it the West Bank, although in actuality and historically the regions are Samaria and Judea. But those, I guess, inferred that they are Jewish regions, and that's not politically correct because it's supposed to be Arab. So anyway, first thing is we drove through a checkpoint going from Tel Aviv to the West Bank. Now, we were not stopped going into the West Bank because, and I'm simplifying it a little bit, but it is because Israelis are not terrorists. Hello. So there was really no need for them to stop us going into the West Bank because of our original location being Tel Aviv and the Jewish part of Israel. We did get stopped on the way back, and they came on the bus and checked all of our passports, and I presume they were checking for explosives or weaponry or whatever they thought that we could be bringing back or bringing to the Jewish portion of Israel from the West Bank. So that was pretty interesting, and it was, it's almost, I wouldn't say it was unsettling. There wasn't really any point where I felt unsafe. It was just surreal to witness that. So that was a big thing. So then we went to Ariel University. So Ariel is a city that was founded, it's a relatively new city, I think 1978. So they're celebrating their, 40th anniversary. Incredible little city that they have just kind of built out of nothing. It is a place of commerce and manufacturing. And something interesting that they brought up, because someone asked a question about the BDS movement, the Boycott, Divest, and Sanction movement. And they try not to use that term because they feel like it legitimizes the delegitimization of Israel. So they don't use that term. But they talked about kind of this, let me see if I can find my notes. I guess like the backfire aspect of boycotting these companies. So within this city of Ariel, there are multiple business parks. One of them, I think they said, has 145 factories. The other one has 165 factories. And 70 to 80% of the workers there are Palestinians. So, and not just laborers and manufacturers, but the engineers, the managerial staff. So 70 to 80% of these factories are, the jobs are performed by Palestinians. So the interesting thing about that is when you boycott a company, they were talking about a company that I think serves pastries, and someone who was on an airline was served this pastry that was produced in Ariel, and they threw a fit, emailed the airline, and the airline said, okay, nope, we're not going to carry those pastries on our flights anymore. And so Ben Gurion, the airport here, said, all right, fine, you can't fly into our airport. So that obviously backfired. But the general aspect of these types of boycotts is that because you have such a large portion of those factories that they have Palestinian workers, you are actually hurting Palestinians, because those people, the Arabs, are going to lose their jobs. The factory's going to do fine because Israelis will come and take those jobs that are vacated by the Palestinians. So you're actually hurting the Palestinians and helping the Israelis. So it's a big, delicious, beautiful backfire scenario. So I really found quite a bit of pleasure in that. At Ariel University, they showed us the area of their university where they handle cybersecurity. So that was incredible to see the presentation that they gave there. It's also, I believe, a medical university. So they have an entire section that is a simulated hospital. So they have a simulated emergency room and a simulated surgery ward. And so we saw the big creepy dummies that they had in those wards that they utilize, their students utilize for testing out methods and things like that. And it's all video recorded. So afterwards, after they perform these simulated surgeries or procedures or whatever, they can go back and watch the videos and take notes and, you know, figure out what they could have done better or could have done more efficiently or quicker. So it's really, really interesting. On the way back, we stopped in Caesarea, which is, let's see, I think they said 30 BC. It was erected by King Herod. His own little like city. There was a theater, and you can see the outline of the ruins of this city, where, by the way, Paul the Apostle was jailed for a short time. But King Herod built this as kind of like a way to show off to people, because it was just, you know, incredible architecture and engineering and a port that was constructed without the coastline that would be, you know, advantageous to a port. They just built this on a general coastline. So that was something that was impressive. But King Herod wanted to construct this place that people would come to and just be supremely suppressed. But it was really amazing to see these ruins. And tomorrow, I believe we are heading to the Gaza Strip. So that's going to be really, really fun / nerve-wracking for my poor parents who are praying for all of our safety. So you guys, please continue praying for us. Pray for our safety. Pray for our hearts and minds to be open to the things that we are learning and hearing, and for our guides and everyone that's involved with this trip. Ezra and Katie and David and all of us, we are having just a grand time hanging out with the Rebel fans who are joining us on this trip. So I will have more to update you on tomorrow. I hope you all are having a great week already, and thanks for watching. I'm Amanda Head, the Hollywood conservative in Israel for the Rebel. If you enjoyed my commentary and want to hear more from all of us here at The Rebel, subscribe to our premium content at www.therebel.media/shows. Make sure you're following us on Facebook and Twitter, and download our new app for The Rebel Media on the App Store. That way you will have super easy and instant access to all of our latest videos and your favorite Rebel shows. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Amanda Head for The Rebel.